Hey guys, it's Hope again, and this week we're going to be reading more of the Bible, and we are going to be reading the story about how Jesus created the earth. And I decided just to do this because Easter just happened, of course, and then it was perfect timing to talk about how God created us and how He started life for us because He had to die for our sins. So we're going to be reading all of Genesis chapter 1. So I'm just going to go ahead and read all the way up until verse 13. Just to kind of give us a little break and then talk about it a little bit. So here it goes. Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning, when God created the universe, the earth was formless and desolated. Desolate. The raging ocean covered everything was engulfed in total darkness, and the power of God was moving over the water. Then God commanded, "Let there be light." And light appeared. God was pleased with what He saw. Then He separated the light from the darkness, and He named the light day, and the darkness night. Evening passed, and morning came. That was the first day. Then God commanded, "Let there be a dome to divide the water, and to keep it in two separate places." And it was done. So God made a dome, and it separated the water under it from the water above. He named the dome Sky. Evening passed, and morning came. That was the second day. Then God commanded, "Let the water below the sky come together in one place, so that the land will appear," and it was done. Then He named the land Earth, and the water which had come together He named Sea. And God was pleased with what He saw. Then He commanded, "Let the earth produce all kinds of plants, those that bear grain, and those that bear fruit." And it was done. So the earth produced all kinds of plants, and God was pleased with what He saw. Evening passed, the morning came. That was the third day. Okay, so already there has been 3 days, and if you don't know, there's a total of 7 days. Yeah, there's a total of 7 days. And so for the first 3 days, the first day He created light, which shined through the darkness. The second day He created the sea. The second day He created the sea all over the earth, which then consumed the earth. The second day also, hang on, I have to go back. I'm sorry. I have to make sure that I'm saying this right. That was the first day. Let there be a dome to divide the water and to keep it in two separate places. Okay, so on the first day He created water and the earth. He created earth, light, and water. That was all on day 1. That must have been a lot of work. And He created this just for us, and animals and plants. So for the second day, He created a dome to divide the water and the sky. And then He also created and that was it. And that was the second day. Then God commanded, "Let the one place so that the land will appear," and it was done. He named the land Earth. And the water which had come together He named Sea. And God was pleased with what He saw. So all the plantations and all that he's just separated the water and the sky, which then there came land, which then plants of all kinds grew. So now let's continue reading about the fourth day. Then God commanded, "Let lights appear in the sky to separate day from night, and to show the time when days, years, and religious festivals begin. They will shine in the sky to give light to the earth." And it was done. So God made the two larger lights, the sun to rule over the day, and the moon to rule over the night. He also made the stars. He placed the lights in the sky to shine on the earth, to rule over the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God was pleased with what he saw. Evening passed and morning came. That was the fourth day. Okay, so the fourth day he created the stars and the sun to separate the darkness and the light. He also made the stars and the sun, the sun is a star, the stars to help us know what day it is, what year it is, and what time it is, and the time for festivals to come, and the season change, and a lot of other things. So if you don't know, the stars in the sky is what helps us know what time of day it is, what day in general it is, what year it is, and all of that. So let's continue reading what happened on the fifth day. Water be filled with many kinds of living beings, and let the air be filled with birds. So God created the great sea monsters, all kinds of creatures that lived in the water, and all kinds of birds, and God was pleased with what he saw. He blessed them all and told the creatures that lived in the water to reproduce and to fill the sea, and he told the birds to increase in numbers. Evening passed and morning came. That was the fifth day. So on the fifth day he created the sea animals, the sea creatures, and the birds. And that's really all he created them. So let's go on to the sixth day. Then God commanded, "Let the earth produce all kinds of animal life, despotic and wild, large and small." And it was done. So God made them all, and he was pleased with what he saw. Then God said, "And now we will make human beings that will be like us and resemble us. They will have power over the fish and birds and all animals, domestic and wild, large and small." So God created human beings, making them to be like himself. He created them male and female, blessed them, and said, "Have many children so that your descendants will live all over the earth and bring it under their control. I am putting you in charge of the fish and birds and the wild animals. I have provided all kinds of grain and all kinds of fruit for you to eat, but for all the wild animals and for all the birds I have provided grass and leafy plants for food." And it was done. God looked at everything he had made, and he was very pleased. Evening passed and morning came. That was day 6. So on that day, he created the human beings. So basically, he created us on the 6th day. And he said for us to maintain control over the birds, the sea creatures, and the animals, basically. So on the 7th day, he took rest, and for the 6th day, he created us human beings, which first he only created males, and then to keep him company, he took one of his ribs and made women. So that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like and a comment, and for furthermore, I'll see you next week, which actually are coming news and events. I will be starting to read a book, one chapter by chapter, for you guys. So I hope you enjoy Easter, because I'm filming this on Easter, but I hope you enjoyed Easter. And I will see you next week. Bye!